What's good, fellas? Welcome to NBA 2K13 MyCareer mode with Myck Kabongo, and today we have a couple of matches, but the first match is against Portland Trailblazers at home, and this is probably the team that's closest to us, so we kind of have to compare ourselves to this team and try to beat them. If we can beat them in the regular season, I think we have a good chance at the playoffs because Portland will be looking for that 6th or maybe 8th seed in the playoffs, so hopefully we can beat them to that spot. And right here, Kevin Martin with a nice steal, and in transition, Tony Douglas is going to pass it ahead to Johnson, and Johnson finds me in the corner for a nice mid-range jump shot on the baseline. That was an easy 2 points. And right here, I love playing with Juwan Johnson from Boston Celtics. He played there last year, but he's a really good dunker in the paint. I really like his finishing ability, so I'm really enjoying doing a pick and roll with him at this point. And right here, I play good defense on Nicholas Batum and sprint down the court right into the corner pocket three and make that shot as Nicholas Batum was late closing out on me. And a pick and roll with Marcus Morris, kind of a dangerous pass, almost got a turnover there, but with shot clock off, I'm going to sprint behind the three-point line for a wide open look there, and I'm going to drain that triple over Nicholas Batum. So I'm doing a good job of getting open shots and making them as I do a nice bounce pass to Marcus Morris for an easy layup, and I'm doing a good job of involving my teammates. As you can see, I'm wide open behind the three-point line, and I'm going to take that shot. Nice shot there as Delfino finally passed it to me. I was kind of getting irritated by not getting a pass from him. And look at me playing that tough defense on Ronnie Price as I'm trying to harass him and force him to make a bad pass. And my hands rating is not that high, but I am keeping my hands up just in case I could tip that. And we'll see if it's going to be effective throughout my career. But right here, Delfino with a nice tip, and in transition, look at this court vision. I got eyes behind my back as I pass it to Kevin Martin as he gets fouled heading to the free throw line. And I really like Kevin Martin as my teammate. He does a nice job of knocking down his free throws, and in real life he's exactly the same way. He does get to the line a lot. As you can see, we're playing good defense on LaMarcus Aldridge, and look at that touchdown pass to Kevin Martin. And sign me up for Houston Texans because they need some offense, and I can provide that with that nice pass. And right here, I'm going to pass it to Patrick Patterson as he gets the tough layup to go. Unfortunately, I didn't play a lot of minutes, and we did end up losing the game. And you will see the final stats, and after that will be the interview, and following that will be the second game. So I'll see you shortly.
Quoted as saying after the game that the team was really broken up about tonight's loss. In fact, he said a couple of the guys were even crying about it in the locker room afterwards. What do you have to say about that?
I think you guys are reading into it a little too much. Always trying to make a story out of something even when there's nothing there. Look, I don't want to put words in the coach's mouth, but I think he was just trying to relay the fact that this team is full of competitors. It's not a happy locker room when we lose a game, especially a close one like this. We're going to bounce back, I know that much, but sometimes it takes a little while to recover before you can get ready for the next one.
So that was an awkward press conference. I don't know why any player would be crying after third game of the season. I mean, we still have plenty of time to make it to the playoffs. And speaking of the playoffs, this is probably the team that will be in the playoffs, like Memphis Grizzlies. They have some good players. They're a very good defensive team, and they cause a lot of steals as I'm doing a pregame ritual with Jeremy Lin for reasons I have no idea. But that means I don't have to buy a pregame ritual until I become a starter, so it's all good, as I don't have to spend extra VC points. And I want to talk to you about that. What do you guys think about the VC points in my career? Do you guys think it's necessary? Because I feel like it should have been skill points for my career and perhaps VC points for my team. I think it would be more balanced that way, as I get a nice pass from Jeremy Lamb for a corner pocket three and gonna make that shot. And I did have a good start in the first half, as you will see. Nice pass to Kevin Martin on the baseline, and he's gonna nail that mid-range. A very good jump shooter, Kevin Martin. And right here, pick and roll with Patrick Patterson as he gets into the paint and dunks all over Grizzly team for an easy dunk. And running pick and roll with Amir Sheik, and he sets a nice screen, and I popped that mid-range and got my 2 points there. And he did a nice job of setting a pick, so I'm gonna reward him this time underneath the basket for a wide open dunk. and I really couldn't believe that Amir Sheik wears Nikes in this game. So he gets that vertical replay every single time he gets a dunk, so it's kind of crazy, but I will take it because it makes a nice replay as Jeremy Lin finds me in transition for a wide open three. And at this point we're down by 12 points, which wasn't the case. We're actually up in the first quarter, but I got subbed out, and when I got back into the game we were down by more than 10 points. As you could see, Zach Randolph posting up with a crazy jump shot as we get the rebound in transition. You see Jeremy Lin is running the break and I'm behind the three-point line. I go for a shot and hand down, man down.
The Rockets have been plugging away. They've dialed up the tempo, ripping and running. It's been a fun one to watch. For money, a stellar game, no doubt. The bucket looks about 5 feet wide for him. He hasn't missed one shot. Can you believe it?
So needless to say, I was having a pretty good first half, but that all came crushing down in the second as I just started to turn the ball over. And 4 turnovers were probably unforced, where I passed it to my teammate on a pick and roll situation and they just fumbled it, like you just saw at the beginning of the clip. But I do get the mid-range on the fast break, and I was just getting frustrated with my teammates because they fumbled the ball a lot in the second half. I don't know why, and that kind of got me thinking about my signature skills, and I really wanted to purchase a dimer at this point. And in the next episode you will see me equip that skill so I don't turn the ball over as much. And Rudy Gay just going on a fast break by himself as he gets an easy dunk and dunks on Chandler Parsons along with me. That was very unfortunate, but you will see that signature on my player next video probably, and hopefully it will make a difference. We'll see. But as you can see, we're getting blown out by Memphis Grizzlies as I'm driving into the basket, pass it out of the shot, and I do get open for a wide open mid-range. I pop it and Mike Conley just not enough defense as I just drain it, but we do end up losing. As you can see, I have 18 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, but unfortunately I do have 7 turnovers. So hopefully that signature skill, the dimer, will help me as I get my last assist of the game, and Kevin Martin with that nice Euro step. And that's how the game will end. As you could see, my coach is quite happy with my performance, and I did earn a bit of VC points, not a lot as you could expect at this point. But let's take a look at the box score as well as my stats, and after that will be the interview. But stay tuned because I have a small surprise coming up at the end.
You guys had a chance all the way up until the end, but it seemed like tonight just wasn't your night. Does this loss sting any more than normal, knowing that you guys were right there?
I wouldn't say that. Any loss is a tough one, but I can't put this one above any of the rest. It's just one of those games that you're going to lose every once in a while over the course of a long season, you know? Sometimes you lose a heartbreaker, sometimes you keep it close like tonight, and sometimes you get blown out. It's just something you get used to, you know?
Now, in front of your screen, you see we got an offer to represent a Nike or a Jordan shoe brand. And in the comment section, tell me what you guys predict will happen in the next episode, because I've already selected what shoe brand I want to represent. So in the comment section, tell me what you guys think. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you later.